Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the second great O Antiphon day, O Adonai. Adonai, I think, is a beautiful word, just to even say it, Adonai. There's something that's like an elixir in my mouth when I say that word. And there are 2 points of reflection for this particular antiphon for today. The first is that the meaning of the word is actually lords. When translated into songs, oftentimes something in conjunction with the word Lord is used for Adonai, but Adonai is actually a plural. And you wonder about that, right? Because in the Hebrew history that we have, we see that it was the emergence of a monotheistic tribal God, that it was an exclusive covenantal relationship between a people and their God versus other traditions that boasted of numerous deities that might form one eternal life force, but nonetheless had manifold expression. So oftentimes in the Hebrew sense, you get the distinction that what's emerging in the nomadic Hebrew culture is really this monotheistic God. And Adonai leaves you wondering, well, what's up with that? If it's Lord, is this still a polytheistic reference? And when I was looking into the history and the etymology and learning more about the words, the reference that is given as to why the people would choose a plural word is because they wanted to point to an ultimate reality. They wanted to say there was unity in the diversity. Now, this is pure conjecture since we're not from that culture and we don't know what one group might be responding to another in their thoughts around God. But what's evidenced from the word Adonai is that in the one God there is this diversity that is a mystery. So that's a wonderful way to hold that. It can let us be open-hearted and minded when we look at all the various traditions and all the amazing expressions of divinity that we have in human history. The second point that I want to bring in that will be closer to our meditation today comes from what Adonai represents. Let me read these words of Malcolm Geet, writing in response to this great O antiphon. Unsayable, you choose to speak one tongue. Unseeable, you gave yourself away. The Adonai, the Tetragrammaton, grew by a wayside in the light of day. O you who dared to be a tribal God, to own a language, people, and place, who chose to be exploited and betrayed, if so, you might be met with face to face. Come to us here who would not find you there, who chose to know the skin and not the pith, who heard no more than thunder in the air, who marked the mere events and not the myth. Touch the bare branches of our unbelief and blaze again like fire in every leaf. Adonai is replete with this sense, with this burning sense of immediacy, of story, of narrative, of time and place, of the lumen locale, if you will, the light of the place. And that then is at the heart of our meditation today, to awaken into the direct experience that every moment, every time, every place, every story, every narrative, every past, every present, every future, that all of that is blazingly imprinted in Adonai. We are not called to dismiss it, repress it, rise above it, transcend it, leave it. We're called to awaken amidst it. We are called to be met face to face. So with that, I invite you to close your eyes. And as we begin this meditation, reflect for just a moment how you are that blazing leaf. And if your outward gaze settles on an estimation, anything less than that in relation to all creation, then you're missing something of reality. If your gaze upon a human being falls to less than the immediacy of them as a blazing leaf of Adonai, you don't quite see them yet. If you walk upon a path and see a blade of grass, or notice how a little fox or rabbit are in your peripheral vision, if the rain falls from the sky, if the earth trembles, if the seas move in all their currents before you, and your gaze falls to less than each of these as a blazing entity of Adonai, then you don't quite see them yet. Let the words of this chant harness your focus and your surrender into this very moment of inspiration. Oh Adonai, et uxtamus Israel, qui morisi et in inflammarubi apparuisti, et in sina legem dedisti. Veni ad redimendum nos in brachio extendo. And if you will, bring your inward gaze to the center of your forehead, to the third eye, extending forward. And feel or sense or imagine this third eye opening more widely. Sense the back of the third eye extending from the base of the skull. And consciously choose to open both of these vortices. And as we open the third eye, notice if the thought or presence of any spiritual being comes to you, even a passing thought. And become aware that you are never alone, that many have gone before you and many will come after you. And you are one in the line of a royal lineage, carrying the torch for truth and freedom and justice and love. If you are able, sense that you are in a sea of holy ones, and let yourself lose your story as you stand in the sea of holy ones. And as you stand here in the midst of these holy ones, of which you are a part, let us choose today to release with them the divine song. Let us, through our intention, take off our shoes before the burning bush of the divine song and story happening before our very eyes. Let us stand this morning as the living blessing of the Adonai. Let your presence radiate a blessing to all generations past, all present, and all future. And we begin to end this morning meditation with Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Mutaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Nidalambaya Te Shase. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Mutaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Nidalambaya Te Shase. And draw your palms together in front of your heart, placing the intention, if you will, to bow before the blazing presence of Adonai in all today. Blessings, my friends. Have a great day.